How to know if a business is good enough to start or pursue. Unfortunately, most startups fail. And for every Google or Amazon or Facebook, there's countless thousands of other startups that fail or they're walking dead. And I want to save you time. I want to save you money. I want to help you save your health by helping you, because I think you can start your business empire and anybody can do it. And if two people in a garage can disrupt a massive old company, anybody can do it. And I got plenty of examples of that as well. I have so many awesome students. Now, what I do is I provide my students with many tools in their toolbox, so you can work smarter and not harder when you're creating your business plan. So there's a ton of tools in this program as well. And as you know, I love to use prompts. And most startups fail, but yours won't, because I'm going to arm you with a gazillion different tools that you can use to take your business to the next level. And you're going to learn everything you need to know about startups and business in general in this program. And these tools, I promise you, heavy. These tools, I promise you, will help you live your life on your own terms. All right. Now, in addition to providing you with, sorry about that bang there, in addition to providing you with the tools you need, my father once told me, only take advice from successful people. So in addition to giving you all the tools you need to succeed, we will also analyze the best entrepreneurs in history in my MBA program. You know, everybody from Warren Buffett to Elon Musk and many, many others as well. We do a lot of case studies and real life stuff. And the program changes all the time as well. I add new stuff all the time. So when you create a proper business plan, you consider all the elements that go into starting your business. And we create together an executive summary to highlight the most important parts of your business. Also, we determine the expenses associated with your product or service-based business. And we need to use my tools that I made for you in order to research your customer, your market, and analyze your competition. Then we need to formulate together your sales and marketing strategy and identify and assess potential risks and threats to your business before they happen. And of course, together, we make many financial statements to make a projection. Now, one big mistake that entrepreneurs make is they just focus on the qualitative elements or success drivers, and they don't quantify it with financial statements. I don't want you to start your company until you've written the full business plan with me and your financials, which I'm happy to create with you. It's a lot of fun. Now, if you already have a business or you work in a company, you can still write the business plan with me in order to make much more money. And this seems like a lot, and it is. But it's also a measure of how committed we are to your success. Now, when you create your business plan, you also need to make a very short executive summary, which I will help you create, because less is more. And if you can't articulate your business strategy in as few words as possible, then your competition will win. So, did you ever watch an interview with Elon Musk or Warren Buffett or Steve Jobs or Bill Gates? And then after the interview, you tell yourself, I'm confused by what they said. Never. Why? Because they present in as few words as possible, and they articulate the qualitative and quantitative aspects of their business or business models in a simplistic fashion in order to appeal to the largest total addressable market, TAM, total addressable market possible. Now, when it comes to your management team, if you have gaps in your skill set that investors might think will limit your success, we'll analyze this together. I got you covered. For example, Steve Jobs was brilliant at sales and marketing, but he wasn't technical enough. There was a gap there. So he filled this gap by partnering with techie Steve Wozniak. And I want to help you find your Wozniak or Jobs. I want to help you find them and pay them through giving them equity or small ownership of your company and not cash. So what happens if you try to raise money for your startup and investors think you don't have enough experience? Don't worry, because I teach you many networking tools so you can get board advisors from reputable companies for free, and you can put these advisors on your investor slides and in your executive summary and, of course, in your business plan. And this will make investors feel more comfortable investing in your business. Now, you already have everything you need to build something far bigger than yourself. And with my humble help, I will help you find free advisors with the networking tools I teach you in my MBA program. You know, the reality is that when you start a company, your business model is not the most important thing when you try to get customers or raise money. It's you. You are the product, and I will help you sell better than anybody you know. Investors know that your business model will change a lot over the years, but you won't. And they want to invest in you, and they want you to make them excited about your business model. And I think it was Maya Angelou who once said, people might not remember what you said, but they'll never forget the way you made them feel. We need to get investors or customers excited about us, as we are the product of our business model. And so, I will provide you with the best sales tools so you can get your investors and customers excited to stick with you in the long run. And when your business model changes, and it will change over time, I promise you, they'll stick with you. They will. But what happens is this: we tend to overestimate what we can accomplish in a year, but we massively underestimate what we can accomplish in a decade. You are the product first, and your business model is second. And I remember years ago, when I worked in venture capital, we partnered with another venture capital firm on a deal. And the venture capital firm was called Kleiner Perkins. And Kleiner Perkins is great. They were the first venture capital firm that invested in a lot of companies like Amazon, Twitter, Uber, Google, etc. And on my many visits to Kleiner Perkins headquarters here in the Bay Area, I met with a rock star venture capitalist there named Randy Komisar. Nice guy. And Randy Komisar had Kleiner Perkins invest in Nest, which Google bought for a few $1 billion. Now, Nest is that Internet of Things thermostat company. And I asked Randy Komisar, I said, how did you know that you would make billions of dollars on this investment in Nest? I said, was their product amazing when you first saw it? And he said, no. He said, all they did was they brought a round block of wood and they said the product will look like this. And so I then asked Randy Komisar, I said, Randy, why did you invest then? And he said, well, the entrepreneurs that started Nest were so passionate about the market and their product, and I believed in them. Now, you might be thinking, Chris, where do I start? I mean, I don't have experience, so who would invest in me? Well, Mark Zuckerberg had no experience, but he used the networking tools that I'm going to teach you to get board advisors like Peter Thiel and Justin Timberlake. Sorry, that was from the movie. I mean, Sean Parker. Yeah. My dad jokes are awful. I have to warn you. Sorry. So what happens is advisors, they plug gaps that you have in your skill set. And they're free, and they help investors and customers increase their confidence in your success. Now, ideas are commodities, but execution is not. And the jockey is always more important than the horse. And this is why your management team and your advisors are crucial. And again, I teach you how to get them. Now, a rookie mistake with starting a company is to only tell investors mainly about your business model. No. Please always start with you and your team. And I'll teach you how to get your potential investors so excited about your business model as I teach you how to sell with passion so that you don't use a penny of your own money to start your company unless you have a lot of money already. You know, I also don't want you to get a loan from a bank as they're chicken. And if you miss one payment with a bank, it all ends badly. What I want is I want to help you to raise money initially from high net worth investors, as the sales cycle is quite short whenever you talk to decision makers. And I'll teach you how, with the many networking tools that I provide you with in this MBA degree program. Now, I want you to think about creating companies with as little money as possible and ones that can scale quickly. I don't want you to make a physical product either, unless you sell it first and then you make it later, like Dell Computer has done for decades, because inventory can destroy your company. I want you to think about the best companies, which we will analyze in a lot of detail in my MBA program. And the best companies, what they do is they create a platform, like a road, and then customers, like cars, create what's on that platform. And so I want you to actually own the road and charge the cars. For example, Airbnb owns a platform, meaning a road, and they charge the cars, meaning people, that book hotel rooms. And Airbnb doesn't own a single hotel. Another example of a platform is Uber. They own a taxi platform, of course, but they don't own a single taxi. Facebook owns several social media platforms. They don't create any social media content. And so I want you to think about starting a platform company as they can quickly scale. Let's talk about sales. Now, there's many critical success factors when it comes to sales and marketing, which we'll analyze with many frameworks in my MBA program. I want you to focus on selling without paying a penny in advertising expenses. How? Well, as I mentioned, you already have everything you need to build something far bigger than yourself using one simple tool you already have. This. Now, YouTube is the biggest gold rush in history. And it's the only gold rush that costs you nothing to make the product. And it's the only gold rush in history where you can get immediate access to an unlimited number of customers all over the world for free. And from a sales and marketing perspective, your phone is your secret weapon. The key is to create content that helps people. Give and you'll receive. It's prophetic and it's been true since the beginning of time. I teach how to think like a thought leader and create content on many social media channels and at no cost. I teach you how to work smarter and not harder when creating your social media content, and it's a lot of fun. And whatever your startup is, I want you to own that market by vlogging about it and then using the same vlogging material on many other platforms at no cost. And eventually you become a thought leader because you think like one. And after a while, after you publish for a while, the media, newspapers, etc., journalists, they'll approach you for quotes. And this is free advertising. It works. I promise you it works. As long as you follow through and you be consistent with your content strategy. And Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So it was built one brick at a time. And each brick here is your social media content, which I'll teach you how to create and film and edit.